Forget about it.
Well, once we start winning on Sports Select 14, he's really not.
Well, we're in the hole pretty far. I've bought about 6,000 of these so far with the amount that I've spent. We're down
Oh, we're
10
only
bucks,
now
guys.
20.
10 each.
10 each.
All right. We are live on the YouTube. Hey, everybody. How's it going? We have got a nice show tonight. We have got Jared Parsonage coming in a matter of probably the next 20 minutes.
Yeah, pretty exciting. So,
I'm pumped.
yeah, I am too. I just want to, well, there's some good questions. I'm not gonna reveal them yet.
Yeah, and I played hockey with Jared a little bit.
Yeah.
A couple of years, but I actually don't know anything about the guy.
Well,
other than I know he's tough as nails and he was one of my favorite defensemen.
Before he comes on, was he good?
Yeah, he actually was.
Oh,
we won't get into that.
No, we won't let him know that.
Not a chance.
That's why he couldn't do the interview tomorrow night, because he's playing rec with the boys.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Right on. I want to play rec with the boys.
I gotta tell him I heard he got cut. So.
Cut from rec hockey.
Yeah.
I think I'm the only guy to ever get that happen to him. I did get the phone call one year. Yeah, Josh, you know we needed you for goalie? Yeah, we found anybody else. So you don't even have to come. I was like, who's anybody else? We're like, we're not even sure. They just said they would play. I was like, ouch.
We'll decide when we get there.
Yeah, exactly. Like I'm not even kidding. It was literally a conversation. Like, well, you know, kind of stuff. It was back when I lived in the hat and I was still pretty large and in charge. And I was even worse than I am now that I'm in shape.
Is that possible?
Well, I was slower. I don't know if I was worse, but a lot slower. I wasn't moving side to side.
Just checking, man. Just checking.
You want to get that baby started?
Yeah, sure. Let's go.
Go ahead.
You got any tunes we're gonna play?
Should we throw some on? What are you thinking? What should we go, Tyson? You can pick. I picked the last few. What song do you like? What do you want to go with? You can pretty much pick anything. I got Apple Music.
How about in honor of the Saskatchewan Roughriders tonight?
Green is the color, or what?
No, the Pirates song. Song.
Last Saskatchewan Pirate. Or
yeah,
whatever?
Yeah. And then we'll touch on that a little bit.
Okay.
We got breaking news.
Oh, there you go, Tyson.
Live and welcome to the special edition of the Fan's Perspective. Of course, I am Tyson.
I'm Josh.
And we got a great interview tonight.
Yes, we do.
We do. We got Jared Parsonage, local bull rider, celebrity, champion, Calgary Stampede winner, CFR winner, PBR winner. The guy is a winner.
Guy's got it all.
He has got it all.
Now he can add this to his resume.
Yeah, now he's a podcast legend.
Yeah. Well,
not quite yet. He's got 15
big deal.
years.
Yeah. I hope he shows up.
Yeah. He's maybe watching us live, and it's like,
I'm out.
I don't know.
Those guys are awfully short.
Yeah.
We're out.
Anyways, breaking news out of Riderville. Go ahead, man.
No, you say it, and then I'll give you. Tyson's a little more positive on it. He wanted something else, but he was willing to accept what happened. I'm just pissed off.
I wanted to change, but
you're okay with it. You think there's some positive.
I do.
Okay?
I do.
So tell him what happened.
All right, the Saskatchewan Roughriders have rehired Craig Dickinson.
Oh, God, Jesus H. Christ. Don't even start. Throw my new $14 mouse right through the laptop. Son of
couldn't find nobody else.
Bitch.
Going back with Craig.
Oh, Dickie's back, baby.
Roughriders hire Corey Mace, defensive coordinator out of Toronto, as their new head coach. And
I wanted Buck Pierce.
I did too.
And I did not want Corey Mace. I did not want to go defensive. We never go offensive. And I wanted to go offensive. And so I'm pissed off, Corey Mace. You better bring a miracle up.
We didn't go special teams.
Oh, God. Bring back Dickie's ghost.
Dickie.
Yeah, with Dickie. Stay away, Dickie.
Anyways, I'm a little more positive. He was a great coordinator.
He was. Yeah. Yeah, he did good. Team. Yeah.
Mark Mueller is the offensive coordinator.
Don't bring Calgary Stampeders into our neighborhood.
He's a Regina guy, though.
I don't give a shit. You can't be a Regina guy and go to Calgary and think you can come back and that's okay. It's not okay.
And do you know he was in the running for head coach last year?
Oh, my God.
Head coach. Yeah,
Greg
offensive coordinator. Sorry,
this is Greg Marshall all over again. This is just. I'm gonna.
It could be.
Throw something.
Here's the positive, though. Here's the positive of the whole thing. If Jeremy O'Day misfired on this one, you're going to get rid of him too next time.
Thank God.
So
yeah. Well, when does Craig?
that.
Yeah,
Cheers
when
for
does
that.
Craig Reynolds go though? I want them all gone. Bunch of bums.
Well, Craig Reynolds' job's got to be on the line with this one.
Has
too,
to
you'd
be.
think.
You
But
bet.
supposedly now, we're hearing through the grapevine that a lot of the reason why some of these other guys weren't hired is they wanted some football ops control.
Control, yeah.
And
O'Day's not going to do that.
O'Day didn't want to relinquish anything, so
I do believe that's probably what happened last minute with Buck, considering that he was in Regina all week and his interview went great and all that. And everybody was predicting he was the guy, and last minute he's not. I'm assuming he probably mentioned something about like a little bit of control, and they
the
probably
player
said,
personnel,
not a chance.
Yeah. Well, what bothers me now, so I had Drew Brown penciled in as our backup quarterback. That probably ain't gonna happen.
Well, there's a lot of guys in Winnipeg that might have loved to have played for Buck Pierce.
Oliveira.
That's a huge loss because ain't nobody coming to play for Corey Mace.
Yeah,
it's gonna be
some Argos maybe.
I don't want any of them. I saw what they did in the playoffs. Bunch of bums. Fucking bums. God, I'm bitter. I'm bitter, and I'm gonna be bitter all the way till June. And if he doesn't win us 12 games, he's dead to me. Dead to me. I hate it. I absolutely don't like it.
I don't like to pick
losers. We're always losers. Why does Saskatchewan suck? Why do we pick shitty guys? I don't understand. It's just a constant snowball effect of dog shit. I hate him. Don't want him. Get him out of here. Fire him tomorrow. I'm done. I read it. I had to text you immediately. I dropped the phone once. I was like, I poured the largest whiskey that I could. I absolutely hate the hire.
This is his fourth whiskey, just
it is, and I need more.
Third one since I got here, which is 4 minutes ago.
Who's gonna top that up?
I know I'm a little more positive.
Of course you are. You're always more positive.
Not really. I'm a farmer. What are you talking about?
But you're a survivor. You're a survivor.
I'll tell you how my luck goes.
Yeah, about as good as mine with the Riders.
Oh, well.
Well, Corey Mace, I wish you the best, but you're not going to do well.
Better sign Sean Bain. That's all I'm saying. That better happen, or I am cheering for the BC Lions.
Yeah, that's where I'd go. That's absolutely where I'd go.
Speaking of other football news, the BC Lions will be playing Touchdown Pacific in Victoria.
Yes, and everyone in Canada is pissed because they opted out of Touchdown Atlantic.
I agree. I want a team there.
Me too. I think they should have done both.
Yeah,
I don't understand.
I didn't know they had opted out. I just
today there was news. Yeah, no, as of right now there is Randy Ambrose. Is that his name?
Yeah.
He said there is no plans for this year.
Doesn't
mean it's not going to happen. He said. He said right now there's no plan.
I wonder, you think that's pressure to put on some ownership down there? Like
maybe he's got an underlying reason for sure. But I love it out there.
You know the saying, shit or get off the pot.
You bet, and that could be exactly what you want a game. Put a team up.
Yeah, we've been on the pot down there.
Maybe I shouldn't be so hard on old Randy, but he's really fucked up CFL the last few years. And
how about his stats? That's a wonderful thing, isn't it?
Randy,
CFL stats.
Oh, what do you mean? Oh, you mean the fact there is none?
Yeah,
there is none. I get stats on everything. College football has stats online everywhere.
Pee wee football has stats.
I can get Parker's stats. That team, he doesn't even have any. He sucks. But there is stats. It just shows zeros everywhere.
I don't know. I think
that's bullshit.
Good penalty statistics.
Yeah.
How about Corey Perry's stats? We could get some.
He's 1-0 this week.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
You know, the funny thing is, to me, I think the rumors are absolutely true, because when they come out and say it didn't happen with any player, personnel, and or their family. That is 100% saying it definitely happened.
So that definitely happened? Then I was a reporter, been like, so you're saying there's a chance? That's how I would have. That guy was, like I said, the fact that he said.
Do you think it happened like next door to Bedard's room or what?
Well, so now, do you know what the news story is that came out? Like, they're giving a little more details.
Yeah.
You got a little bit.
Is there video?
No. And that's why I don't believe any of it. They said what happened was he got a little bit drunk.
Yeah.
And he left the team with all the moms, and he went out to Applebee's and got belligerently drunk.
Yeah.
It was like a whole big schmozzle story. I'm like, I ain't buying any of it. Now they're making up shit just to say, well, he wasn't even with her. It was this. No. Yeah. Until I get the actual story with footage of where he was, he didn't.
I'm thinking, eye for an eye. Connor Bedard's got to go out with Mrs. Perry now.
Even if she's 71 years old, Connor,
Yeah.
you do this. You go get those golden flight wings.
You show him who's boss.
Right. Now who's your daddy?
Yeah. He could be like Stifler in American Wedding, in the closet or something like that.
Oh, no, that would make Bedard Stifler. And
That's
it
what
would
I mean.
make it would make Shitbreak Corey Perry because he's getting the Stifler's mom. Oh, that's horrible. So if anybody doesn't know it, there's
American
rumors
reunion.
going out there because Corey Perry literally got his contract
Oh, he's
terminated.
done.
He's
done.
toast.
Yep.
That he on the mom's trip here the last week with Chicago, he maybe danced the tango with Bedard's mom. Now it's unconfirmed, but I'm a podcast and I can say what I want. I own this shit. So
she's not bad looking, I gotta admit.
She looks all right.
She's okay.
She's a little bit all right.
You wouldn't have to walk with her down a dark alley.
No, I think I don't. I mean, this isn't a slight to Perry or anything. It's just like, dude, that's your teammate, star of the league.
Yeah, but what's she thinking? He's uglier than shit.
Yeah. You know what? I'm with you. He's a goofy looking bastard. And he actually has that face that makes you want to punch him.
Yeah.
I've never liked him.
I hate him.
He's been a little pest. And not a like I don't mind Marchand, even though I think he's a pest. Yeah. There's someone Corey Perry that has always gotten underneath my skin.
I hate him.
Me too.
Ever since he was in the league.
Me too. I've never liked him.
I've never liked him as a Duck, as a Dallas Star, as a Tampa Bay Lightning, as a Chicago. I hate him for them all.
Never liked him.
Yeah,
that's crazy. Yeah. I like him less than any Edmonton Oiler.
And now he's a motherfucker.
Yeah. No pun intended. I actually can't believe it.
Oh,
I hope the story isn't true, but at the same time, I kind of hope it is. Also, there was a guy,
but he's got 60 days to file grievance.
Is that right?
Yes. Let's see what happens.
Well, in 60 days, how many moms can he date?
well, I think he's going to be a consultant in that. Yeah. I really do believe he's got a career.
If you're looking to pick up your buddy's moms, call Corey Perry. 1-800-MOTHER.
Mother Trucker.
Mother Trucker. I can't imagine it.
You think he's got like a few different plans, like when you go to a lube place for your car, like you get the
the full package
oil, the full package. Could he have like
he probably does just a selfie, a kiss on the cheek, more than that, a little butt,
and the full package is full on video.
That's right. That's where you get kicked off a hockey team. The full package is when you literally get booted off an NHL hockey team. And then they say you're drunk at Applebee's. That's
maybe you could get like a hockey card printed of that even.
That'd be good.
Yeah.
Superimpose her mom in the background.
Yeah. Hey, NHL hasn't capitalized on some of this stuff yet.
That's true. They're messing up.
They probably could,
Well, I mean, you could easily sell jerseys that are Bedard-Perry. Yeah, I mean, that would go. I saw a few already.
And Mrs. Bedard could have like a card in her lingerie.
Oh, yeah, that's true. I think we're on to something here, but
rookie card, of course, because this is her first time.
That's true. And who would have thought she's more famous than Taylor Swift right now?
Oh, yeah.
Talked about.
Yeah, Jason.
She was trending on Twitter today.
Jason, you got to pick up your game because or Travis, sorry.
Either way. Well, Jason, he's the sexiest man alive right now. He's going for that.
He's
an eagle.
Anytime you wear an eagle.
He's an eagle.
Sexy. You're sexy.
It's a bird thing.
So once again, Jared Parsonage will be joining us. Legendary bull rider from Maple Creek, and lots of interesting questions ahead for him.
A Sass boy.
I love it. Sass boy, Maple Creek boy, Cypress Hills boy, whatever you want to say. But he's one of ours.
To me, growing up, I always thought he was a console guy. That's where he played hockey. But really, he's in between there.
Yeah, really he is. Yeah. He's
and he still ranches there.
Yeah, he ranches with his dad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been down to the ranch. I hauled some cattle down there.
Does he have a brother?
That I couldn't tell you.
Yeah, we'll find out.
We'll ask him if he got beat up by any siblings.
Yeah. I think he might have been the older brother then. He might have done the beating up.
I'm thinking I wouldn't mess with him. If he can ride bulls, I'm staying clear.
I'm telling you, man, like when I played hockey with him back in the day, I remember there'd be like, Jared won't be here Friday. He's down south, in Texas rodeo. And I was like, what are you doing that for? That's weird. Like everybody around here rodeos. Why is he going all the way down there? He's missing a senior hockey game. This is where all the bitches are, What's he doing?
This is a big deal.
Find out later he's like legit, and I was like, oh damn, I should have gave him more credit. But I remember being like, that dumbass rides bulls. Like, what a crazy person. Yeah, and then seeing block shots and play hockey, I'm like, makes sense. He ain't afraid of nothing.
And not many guys are 6'1" and are bull riders.
No, he's a tall bull rider.
Yeah. He actually's got maybe an unfair advantage because his legs touch the ground when the bull's bucking.
You can actually just bounce up off the dirt.
Like training wheels.
The opposite of me and Tyson. Our legs don't even go down on the side of the bull. They just right on top.
Yeah, it looks like I'm riding an elephant.
That's one of the smaller bulls.
Yeah. That's in fact, that's just
that's a sheep.
Castrated cow.
That's a sheep, Tyson. We just shaved it. I'll have to ask him if as a kid he was doing any of the started on the sheep, then the steer, then all that. I'm assuming yes.
Next time you should warn me that it's a sheep because due to some previous things that have happened in the past, I'm not allowed within 60 meters of a sheep.
Those poor sheep. I do understand why he didn't get to come to Ledun's grand opening.
Yeah,
though, yeah.
It was totally like just.
It was an accident.
It was the wrong view. Like
it was a good-looking sheep.
Yeah. They said I was a bad boy.
Oh, I need more whiskey. So your Oilers did great last night.
Yes.
Any games on tonight, Tyson? We can
nothing
important.
Swift Current Broncos and Medicine Hat Tigers are going tonight.
Yes. Can I even find that on
WHL.ca?
Okay, let's find that then while we're waiting.
Yeah.
WHL.
Yeah. Back to that sheep though. I did have a nice winter coat.
That's true. He sacrificed himself for you, so that was good.
Everyone was thinking dirty, but I killed it and butchered it and processed it and what awesome.
It was delicious. We had it for Christmas.
Great lamb chops.
3-2 for the Broncos going into the third.
We're Tiger fans.
Yeah, for this year we're Tiger fans.
Fans.
Broncos are winning right now.
I better move my mic here because Jared will gonna need his.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, we're gonna need Jared.
Some volume.
Yeah, let's we'll kick yours up a hair, kick mine up. Test 1, 2. I think we're golden here now, man. Oh yeah, we're rocking.
All right. We're
rocking the flow here, baby.
There's even stats on WHL.
Oh yeah.
Love of God. Caden Lindstrom has both our goals tonight.
Oh, he's probably gonna be a Canadian junior invite.
Wow. He's got 20 goals already tonight after tonight.
Yeah, pretty good. Pretty good,
insane, yeah.
Draft year too. Draft eligible this year.
Wow. McKenna gets an assist on one. Basha.
Yeah,
they're gonna
come back. They're gonna come back.
They got a good team.
Feel it.
Shots 21-18. Sounds like a great game.
Yeah, should be. Swift Current's got a good team too.
Yeah, they do.
Nothing against them.
They do. Nope. I mean, last year we went to their game. They were awesome. I actually thought they might have deserved to win that game, but
oh, here, hang on, Jared. Just give me a message. So there we go. I gotta take it back here. Let's go. Let's read the message out loud. Are we using the video on this too? Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. He's gonna have to put a shirt on. Is that what he's getting at?
Yeah, I think he possibly, was working out or something like that. He didn't want to show off.
Tell him it's okay. We work out too.
Yeah. Big
fitness guys. Huge fitness guys. Just trying to fit in these shirts.
Where's that squishy ball I usually use during the podcasts?
The old reflex.
Oh, well, I'm quite excited.
We talked about this one for a long time.
Yes.
So I am too.
Did I tell you? I had a great conversation a couple weeks ago with Billy Melville. Been making my rounds with all our contacts.
Yep.
Talked to Chance Vegan. Had a nice chat. Jamie Labakine was heading south today. Bought a bunch of horses.
I was going to say, going to get some horses.
Yeah, he said I sent a blank check with Dad, and he loaded up a trailer, so I got to fly down and bring him home. So,
I ain't giving my dad a blank check. Sorry, Cam, if you're listening. There'll be a lot of golf.
I'd take it, Cam. I'd take it.
Don't take it. You'll get all 1,400 of my dollars, which are all in my line of credit, but I still don't want you to get it.
So you'd be down like 2,800.
Yeah, I'd be down a lot.
Oh, Justin doesn't care.
No, just inflation loves me and all my tax dollars.
So yeah, and I talked to them and just kind of seeing what's up and what's going on. And Sean Bain touched base with him here a couple days ago. He's enjoying being back home, and
I bet he is.
Yeah, who would?
It's not cold there
in Florida. Wonderful.
They were cold today for Florida, but they are getting up to 82 degrees this weekend.
Oh, that's all right.
That's insane. Yeah, that's not fair.
Yeah. So just a quick question before Jared gets on here. Did you have to tie his skates? Rumor has it he had to tie his skates in the dressing room before
Jared's?
Yeah.
It wasn't because he couldn't tie them. It was because I was the bitch. I was the guy. I tie everyone's skates. link up their jock strap,
Did you
check
put a
their
little
pads.
heat in there?
I did a little, I'm a good teammate. Yeah, I
That is
warmed
really
everyone's
good.
towels afterwards for the shower.
You were
I got the team MVP 2 years in a row, and it wasn't for my playing.
you were a locker room bitch.
I
Totally.
was the team favorite. There's
Yeah.
no doubt about it.
Well, that's pretty awesome. Did you guys have any success? back in the
Absolutely
day?
not. I was the goalie. No, I mean,
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
1 year we did pretty decent, and we would have made it to the finals. We got to the
Yeah.
semis, and somehow the Hunter brothers had played the league minimum 5 games when they never showed up for any. We talked to every team like we never played against them, and we never played against them. Yeah, neither did we. So now they had 5 games.
What happened then?
Their names just got added to the roster of certain games.
And did they win then?
And they beat the shit out of us and then won the league.
Well, we're gonna have to have the Hunter brothers on the show.
No, that'd be great. I can't wait to talk to JJ. By the time he hit the side of the helmet, every bolt broke off my helmet. In the middle of the game in Shaunavon, just bang, crack.
So did you have to wear like a Dominic Hasek?
No, we went to the bench. They taped it back on.
Little JB Weld.
No, just stick tape. Yeah, because it was just my cage came a little loose because I still had the 3 bolts. And
here he comes. The man, the mystery, the legend. He's about to appear.
It was awful. I love the Hunter brothers, but son of a...
Hey, they're pretty good. Well, look at there.
Jared.
Got it.
How you doing, buddy?
Good, you guys?
We're good, man. We're real good.
We were just living some of your hockey past that you and Josh shared. So.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's back in the good old days.
the old console rocket dome, baby. Yeah.
Yeah, the console rockets. Yeah, you know it.
Well, welcome to the show. We're glad to have you on.
Thanks for having me. You
betcha. You're a busy guy. You just come back from you were in Red Deer and then you were in Edmonton and doing a little successful bull riding in both spots. So
yeah, picking away at them. Anyways, yeah, it was good.
Betcha.
It was good. It's nice to be home for a few days every now and then.
Yeah. So and you're getting ready for the real big event coming up here next week. Is that correct?
Yep. Leave Saturday. Head down there Saturday to Vegas. Probably get there Monday is the plan, and then that starts Thursday.
Yeah, okay, Thursday. Right on.
So run me through the week then, Jared. If you get there Monday and then you start Thursday, do you get some relaxed time to chill, go do your own thing, or is it are you pretty focused? And what's going on? Like what do you got to do for those 3 days, or is it like just chill, kind of get your head straight?
It's pretty busy. It's a big eye opener. Like first time you go there, I don't know if either of you have ever been to Las Vegas during the NFR, but it's
the
whole city, the cab drivers, everybody, that's all they talk about. Like the whole city turns into that rodeo. It's nuts and stuff. So yeah, we get there Monday, and then Tuesday is the back number ceremony, they call it. They have that Tuesday night, and it's kind of like the welcome or whatever, opening contestants, and like it's big, like all that stuff's big enough. You don't even get your families into the room like where they do it. It's all just like people that love it in there, like bands or whatever. It's pretty cool. And then Wednesday is a little more laid back. We have meetings in the morning and a couple of rehearsal things for the opening, and then and that's kind of usually done by 1 or 2, and then the rest of the time's yours. And then during the week, just depends what you have for like autograph signings, appearances, talk shows, whatever falls into that in your categories. So yeah.
Well, that sounds like an amazing 10 days. I think it would be
it'd be awesome.
It would be totally awesome.
I got a buddy from up here that I used to work with at Sports Connection, and he goes every year. He's from Eston, is Trent Ilott, and he goes every year to the NFR. His brother lives down there, and so that's like their Christmas vacation. They love it. They said the entire city is for the NFR. Like it's huge.
Yeah, it's nuts when you like see it. I've never really ever gone till last year. Kind of made it's kind of one of those things. You rodeo all the time. You don't really think you have an excuse to go. I went in 2017 when Jordan Hansen went the first time, but that was back when the guy was a little younger. I never spent too many days looking too straight and clear.
So do you
have 2 or 3 days?
Do you have to pinch yourself sometimes? You're going as a contestant. There's a lot of money at stake that you could possibly win. Must feel great to be qualified to go.
Yeah, it's cool. I don't know. I guess it would probably be a little different if I was a little younger. You kind of get older, you learn to take that stuff a little more in stride. But no, it's definitely something that takes a takes a lot of work, a lot of commitment, a lot of dedication. So yeah, you don't try to act like you don't get too excited, but you do get pretty excited for it, and it's pretty cool.
I can't imagine, man. Like that's because what you're doing is totally different than any other athlete, because every other athlete is the same thing. They're excited. They always say, I don't get nervous, but they know deep inside they still get nervous. And even when they're veterans, they're still absolutely invested, but on the outside they can look a little calmer and a little cooler. But you're on a fucking giant animal. Like the scariest thing I've ever seen. Like a hockey player's like, yeah, I could take a hit maybe, or I could lay, but like what you're doing, it's got to be terrifying at the same time. Like, does that exist, or are you absolutely not afraid to get on there at all, or is there a bit of that? Is there fear? I've always wanted to know. Is there any fear?
Well, I don't know. Would you be scared?
Are you shitting me? Like, absolutely. I mean, I've been to every PBR event anywhere around here because my son, thank you for taking the photo with us in the hat there.
No problem.
Parker is a cowboy at heart, and we go to every event that's within anywhere I can drive to. And
that's awesome.
Every time, man, I always sit close because Parker needs to smell it. And I'm just like, these guys have lost their mind. Like, I'm terrified when the bull runs around in front of us and I'm I'm in the stands, dude. It's terrifying. It's absolutely terrifying.
Yeah. I don't know. I wouldn't say like, I guess when you're younger, for sure, you'd get a little scared and stuff like that. And I wouldn't call it now, but it'd be everybody, if anybody ever told you they don't get nervous or don't get that feeling, they're a liar. You can't do something like that and not have, I would say, like, for me, the best way I've always found to describe it's more like an anxiety. Like, you're doing something that's very dangerous and very difficult. So if you don't have a little bit of a nervous anxiety or like feeling of nervous or tensioness, I don't that gotta be anyways, but yeah, it's for sure. It's always makes you feel butterflies a little bit, and there's different stages. And no, I would say, like, I wouldn't call it like a scared. You got to be confident and have a confidence, but it's more like an anxiety of, you don't get into this knowing the risks that can take place, right? So you got to be aware of that, and at the end of the day, if you don't have a few butterflies, I think you're probably not all there. It's part of the game.
Agreed.
I'm thinking if you're getting on a bull, you're not all there anyway.
Yeah. Not all the time. No.
And take us through the start, Jared. You were you one of those kids that was riding sheep when you were 4 years old, and then it was just in you, and all of a sudden you're riding steers at local little stuff, and then someone said, Jesus, this kid's not afraid, he loves it. Like how the hell does someone become a bull rider? I know Saskatchewan breeds them. Like, you look around, Saskatchewan's full of great guys. The PBR, there's so many from our province, which is the coolest thing, because who's tougher than a bull rider?
No,
I take that with pride. I don't tell people that I'm terrified, but I'm from Saskatchewan, home of the bull riders, no big deal, Like,
I guarantee if you're in a bar fight and you say to the guys who want to fight you, my buddy's a bull rider, they're going the other way. They're going the other way.
Well, they might come because most of them except me are about 5'7", 130 pounds. So
I was probably designed to ride bulls, 5'6".
You were.
So how did you start? How did that all begin, man?
I guess, I grew up in a rodeo family, quite involved in the rodeo thing, grew up in that, and then probably was never meant to be a bull rider, to be honest with you. Grew up more to be a team roper, and in the time to that end, dad team rope, mom barrel raced, and started riding steers and enjoyed it. And I don't really know, it just kind of all went step by step, kind of started riding junior bulls, and I'll say I wasn't a very good steer rider, but then once got to the junior bull ride and got better and better. And even at that time, I don't think I spent much time playing or riding bulls. Even in high school, it was kind of rodeo 6 months of the year. Then the other 6 months was playing hockey. Hockey was probably the biggest part of my life at that time. And I went to college on a rodeo scholarship. I think a lot of people thought I'd come back a team roper or a cap roper, and came back a bull rider. Here we are.
I remember one Friday, we had a Wednesday game, and you and Garrett Stocky were by far, when you guys showed up, I was like, fuck, thank you, Jesus. Like, oh my God. Like, it was the only games I didn't I wasn't a good goalie. So I needed defensemen that would take guys early, and both you guys would do that. So every time you guys were there, I was like, thank God they're both here. And then I remember on Wednesday, they're like, yeah, Jared's going to miss the next 3 games. He's down you were at a rodeo. And I was like, fucking missing senior hockey for rodeo? What the hell, man? I don't even understand. And then to find out later you were like a legit. Like I was assuming you were like every guy from up here that, yeah, I'm in the rodeo. They just go there to get chicks and get plastered all weekend. Then I find out you legitimately do something, and I was like, oh. And mentally, I was like, this guy's missing out on senior hockey, the greatest thing that's ever been born. And then I find out later senior hockey's basically a joke, and you were doing something amazing.
Yeah, no, that was senior. That time I was a lot of fun playing. I enjoyed all that a lot. I don't know. I think like the hockey was a big part of it. I think it was good for me in the bull ride, and it kept me from riding bulls so much when I was like 16, 17, 18 years old, when I wasn't quite a man yet, mature enough, and getting beat up when I was younger. And I was lucky. Everybody's like, well, you're a good hockey player. I said, well, I could hold my own, but I was this size when I was 16. So I was a good big kid. That helped out a lot.
Dude, you were a big kid.
After that, I quit growing.
I never started.
Never started. Yeah, I quit. Got to 16 and quit.
So we all know you get in the chute and get on the bulls, of course, but what kind of preparation goes into before you're getting on the bull on a rodeo day, I guess?
Yeah, well, it's like a lot of times during the years like this time, especially when you're trying to make the NFR, it's a lot more commitment, a lot of miles. Like it might be an all-night drive beforehand, or a 10, 12-hour drive, might be a 4-hour drive. But for me, none of that stuff's really pretty laid back. It's never really bothered me too much. It's more always kind of stuck to a routine, just like getting ready, the half hour before, even 5 minutes before you could talk to me, and no different, right until I climb the chute. But I gotta always to get my stuff ready kind of in the same order. It's no different than a hockey player putting on his equipment in the same order every time. I'm the same way in the bull riding. I put my gear on in the same order, and just kind of do that, and like to keep it fairly simple. It's complicated enough as it is. It doesn't need any help being more complicated. So yeah. And I think the big thing on the road is trying to keep a little exercise. Try to stay feeling good, as rested as possible.
So when you're drawing a certain bull, are you a video guy, or do you study a certain bull, what he's gonna do? He's gonna go left for 2 hops and then go right, or are you the kind of guy that you just get on and ride and feel?
I would say I'm kind of in the middle on that. Like some guys don't look at all, and some guys study them to no end. I'm kind of in the middle. I'll always look them up, see what they do, but at the end of the day, they got a mind of their own and stuff. So you never really know, but I like to look them up, at least see what they look like and what they might do, especially when you're in the States and lots of them you don't really know, or different bulls, different places. I don't mind. It's kind of nice to do, it's a business. It's kind of nice to do a little research and kind of have things taken care of a little bit. I don't not one of those guys that likes to go into things blindly. So no, I definitely look them up, but I don't waste too much time looking at them.
I can't imagine winging it on a giant bull is a great decision too often. Like completely winging it. Like
no, some guys do. That's it.
Do they really?
Oh yeah, some guys. Everybody's different. Some guys are nervous. They just rather not care or don't care. And some of the best bull riders. At the end of the day, it shouldn't matter what they do. So lots of guys just go with it. But everybody's different. I can't take that. I like to have too much organization in my to try to do that.
Well, it wouldn't matter to me because I'd be off in the first hop anyway.
I don't know if I'd be off what would happen, but I know sure shit I wouldn't know what's going to black out. My eyes would be closed. I'd just be like, take me in, coach, take me in. Yeah. Just make sure you take my hand somewhere where it can't touch the bull.
Somebody get me out of here before something bad happens.
Holy shit, man. Like, I'm not kidding when I tell you I'm absolutely terrified of bulls. Like, I am terrified. And my son wants to go on them. When you guys were in Maple Creek this year, you weren't there, but the PBR was in Maple Creek this year. Lost my son. I'm like, where in the hell did he go? He's wearing a PBR Canada. Well, at the one in the hat, he won the fan of the night that night.
Yeah.
At the big buckle, and he's wearing that same getup, his big cowboy hat, his boots, his spurs. Yeah, I think he even had chaps on in Maple Creek, and he had his PBR Canada jersey on. And so he sticks out like a sore thumb. But I'm like, oh my God, I went to the beer gardens to take a leak, then grab a beer, came back. Megan's like, oh, did you take him with you? I said, no. What the? I don't know where he is. And all of a sudden, Megan's like, uh-oh. I said, what? I looked over. He's hanging on the other side where the bulls are, hanging over the chutes. Like, and I'm like, what is he doing? And I think it was Chuck. He said something like, he'll be fine. He's over there. Hudson's over there. And, the boys are over there.
Yeah.
20 minutes, he comes back. He's like, they kicked me out. I tried to get in with the Bulls and they said it was extremely dangerous. I'm like, what are you doing? Why would you do that? Why would anybody that's related to me ever want to go in there? And he's like, Dad, that's what I got to do. He's like, what Jared's doing is what I need to do. I'm like, no, you don't. No, you do not.
No,
I don't know
do
a
not.
Chinese cowboy. There's no Chinese cowboys. You lose, man. You don't get to do that. Like,
he's just doing what every Maple Creek kid did growing up behind the buck and shoots there, went and seen what kind of trouble they could get into.
Totally, but he's not from Maple Creek, man. He doesn't have
well,
that.
Fox Valley, close enough.
Holy shit. Yeah. So he asked me the night of Medicine Hats, he said, text Jared and I need to meet him. I said, Parker, I don't even have Jared's number. I said, if we see him, which I'm sure we will, I said, we sit close every year. I said, I'll wave him down. And he's like, I need a picture. I said, I'll get a picture. I'll get it done. So, but you have no idea. Like, you took the picture and you talked to him for a minute and you went off. But man, he was speechless for like 20 minutes. You know, it was so cool. So it's really appreciative. It was super cool. And I've got 2 of your pictures on the wall here from the concert office. And so every time he tells people, there's that's my dad. This guy over here, he's the best damn bull rider I ever saw. Yeah, he talks about you. He can give a shit that I'm in that photo. Yeah.
Oh, that's good. It's stuff like that makes it fun for us too, right? You don't really pretty small sport figure. You don't feel like much. So it's cool when kids think it's cool and everybody thinks it's cool. It makes it fun.
So, go ahead, Tyson. Then I got one more big question.
You asked the big questions, but so you've been riding in the PBR events, and now this is PRCA, of course, for the NFR. How many rodeos do you go in at? Because you qualified for both. That's pretty amazing feat in itself. When you're 2 associations, you're top 15 in the going into the NFR, and you were in the PBR Canada finals as well. So.
Yeah, it was a busy year. Probably between like the PRCA and the Canadian Pro Rodeo there, it was in Red Deer Canadian Pro Rodeo. That was probably my main focuses, for sure, with the rodeo thing, because the rodeos in Canada that are in the Canadian Professional Rodeo Association, they count for the PRCA too. So you kind of get 2 birds with 1 stone. And then that was in Red Deer. And then as far as the PBRs, I went to like 6 or 7 events, I think. Not very many, just a handful, just to make sure I made the finals. Got to go there because there's lots of money to win there.
Okay.
And then some of those work in the fall, like Medicine Hat was one when the season ends. September 30th, the rodeo season ends. That's the cutoff for the NFR and the CFR. The CFR, the Canadian Finals Rodeo, that's what's in Red Deer. And then fit some of the PBRs in, and I got 2, 3, or 4 in the spring. I think a couple in winter and 3 and 4 in the springs. It didn't really put too much. My focus was this year definitely getting back to the NFR and then trying to win another Canadian rodeo title and stuff. But that was kind of my main focus. And yeah, it's a lot of commitment. I probably shouldn't tell you how many rodeos I went to. I'm
kind of curious. How many?
I think on my thing, I entered 101. I probably went to about 81 or 82, something like that. 81 or 82 and 7 PBRs. I've probably been on 135 bulls this year.
And how small a window is that within? Like, when do you start? And
I started that in about the middle of January. Would have been the start of that and stuff. The majority of those would have come. Majority of those would have been July, August, September, though. June, July, August, and September. July and August are flat out, especially August and stuff.
And obviously, with that many rodeos, you had a pretty good year staying healthy as well. Then.
On wood, got 10 more to get through. It's been it's been good. Yeah. There's always the bumps and bangs and bruises, and I take a little time off, but nothing major. So yeah, I have no complaints.
And according to statistics, you are sitting 12th. Is that correct? Going into the NFR?
Yeah. 12th going into there. So yeah, it was crazy this year. It took a lot of money to get there this year compared to other years. I think they broke all the records to get there. I think with what I won this year, if that had been last year, I'd have come in 5th.
Wow.
No way.
Made September a little stressful at times.
Holy shit, that's crazy.
And
which is good.
Is it 15 guys that go? Yeah. Okay.
Top 15. Yeah. Top 15 in the world. Yeah.
Wow. That's amazing. So you're 12 in the entire world going into the NFL.
Yeah, pro rodeo. Yeah, pro rodeo for sure. Yeah, yeah, it's good.
Crazy.
No, yeah. Well, I don't know. Yeah, it's kind of one
You're
of those
crazy,
things you
dude.
never know.
Yeah, that's a lot of bulls, man. Holy shit! I don't
It
ever
is
want
a
to ride
lot.
one in my lifetime.
Ask my body. Sometimes it'll tell you how many.
Yeah, I can't imagine.
Go ahead with your question.
I wanted to know, we've talked about it. Bull riding is probably the coolest thing I've ever known, because Parker has me absolutely obsessed with it because man, I'm not kidding, Jared. Like, he's asked me, he's like, hey dad, you got to get him a Traeger. You go cook for Traeger, you cook for celebrities all the time, do this. I don't give a shit about any of them. He's like, you got to get Jared on there and we got to go cook for him. I got so many questions, but the one thing he always says is, how come bull riders aren't like any other athlete? The second they're off their bull, they're back up and cheering for the next guy. That's crazy to me, man. That's like, what a, do you love when you're with when you get the same guys and you go back and forth every second weekend or whatever? Do you love it? Like, oh, there's my boys. And are you guys, is it like an old boys club? Like, is it a bunch of buddies? Are you having a great time with like the guys other than the job or the task at hand? Is it amazing? Because man, I watch from the outside and it's like they're all up there hanging out over the chutes and helping the next guy. And it's like a brotherhood, except for you're not on the same team. You're on the opposite team all day.
Yeah, it's probably, in my opinion, you know, the luckiest thing or my favorite thing, all this is the people you met and the friends you made from it all. Like, at the end of the day, if you just had bull riding, who the hell cares? At the end of it, in my opinion, you know, I've got friends all over North America, Australia, tons of friends, Brazil, and people you met and places you've got to see and go. And, you know, at the end of the day, it's an individual sport, but like this, I always go with Jordan Hansen all the time. You know, if I'm not winning first, there's nobody else I'd rather see winning first than him and stuff. And it's kind of one of those things, you know, you spend that much time together, and there's always a little crew of us that same age, and you want guys to do good. Like, the odds are stacked against you. You might as well ride your bull. Everybody should ride their bull, and the best man win. You know, it's a sport where you, like I said, things are highly stacked against you, and it's something that's not easy. And at the end of the day, it is an individual sport, but it's just me versus the bull. And, you know, if I do a good job of that and ride my bull the best, it doesn't matter a hell of a lot what the other guys do. I hope they do a good job and ride their bull the best they can, and the best man win.
Yeah, that's awesome. Come on.
So over the years, you've been in it a while. Could you say the stock has gotten better all the time too? Like, it just seems like there's some insane bulls out there.
Yeah, big time. Yeah, they need to figure out how to breed cowboys. The turnover on bucking bulls is a lot faster than the turnover on cowboys. Yeah, I've seen it in my career big time, the level of bull power. And you've probably watched enough videos to see the videos from 10, 15 years ago and the bulls nowadays and the videos. It's crazy how fast it's changed. Like, a generation of bulls turns over. We all know the lifetime of a good bucking bull when they're 5, 6, 7, 8 years old is kind of their prime kind of thing. So at the end of the day, it doesn't take very long to turn over generation after generation. There's new ones coming every year and hit 3 and 4 years old, and there they are. Yeah, the breeding programs, it's big business raising bucking bulls. It's a big time business, and they're worth lots of money, and they get special feed and exercise them and do all this and do that. And like, yeah, it's a big deal.
So what is, in your opinion, the best bull you've been on? Like, there's the bruisers of the world, and I kind of follow a lot of the names of the bulls, but in your opinion, what's the best bull you've been on?
Oh, geez, that's testing my memory. I don't know. There's a few been on. It was cool to ride a bull called Chiseled. I rode a bull called Chiseled. He won bull of the year in the PBR in the world, won world title in the PBR, and won the world title in the PRCA. I bucked off him last year at the NFR, and then I rode him this summer. I was 92 on him this summer. It was pretty cool to say you've rode that one. Has been on him. Other than like that, there's been quite a few good ones been on through the years. They kind of, hard to remember. That's one that stands out that everybody knows which bull he is, right? That I've had some luck on. You always remember the ones you do good on. Can't forget the ones you do bad on. But so there's been lines of them.
I'm gonna pick your brain as a competitor. So you're in the running going into the final day. You get choice of bull. Are you picking the bull that you think you can get the highest ride on, or are you picking the bull
Safe one.
no, not the safe one, but the one that matches you the best?
Probably that's where I like that part of it. I like the strategy part of it and like thinking into that. That's always kind of been my personality, kind of leans towards that. I always have that part pretty studied out. Like when you get into, say, like Calgary this year, like bull I picked at Calgary, I knew I could ride him and stand a chance to get a good score on him compared to two or three others that were in there. There was a couple that I knew would give me trouble, and I probably could ride them, but I wouldn't do as good a job of riding them and wouldn't get as many points. And one or two that I didn't think, I'd be enough points on. And then there's a couple in him being one of them that I knew I could do a good job of riding and would buck hard enough to get a pretty good score. So yeah, a lot goes into that. I think a lot of it would depend on the set of bulls. Most of the time up here in Canada, I, like to probably pick one of the better ones in, if not the best one in the pen. But at the same time, if he's got a style that doesn't really suit my style, like I know I could ride him, but it wouldn't look that good to get a good score versus one that's a little different that I could do a good job of riding. And especially being taller, I'm a little more awkward, not that flashy up there compared to a guy that's like 5'5" or something. So I need to pick one that kind of suits my style that I can make look pretty good and make it look pretty good.
Well, I don't think there's many out there that you haven't made look pretty good. And
the odd one. These legs are too long sometimes.
Well, they're like I said, there's some fantastic bulls out there, and I haven't seen one that you can't handle yet. So,
well, I hope not. It's pretty cool what they've done with the buck and bull game. It's big business. They're worth thousands and thousands, like these top bulls that like the bulls Denifar, say, in the PBRs and stuff like that. It's nothing for one trade 30, 40, 50, 60,000. The top end, like the short rounders, they'll be over $100,000 for them bulls. So yeah, it's big business. Crazy. It's not the old days like the people get stuck in their mind that they don't work. They're going to the meat plat and this and that. And that out here, don't feed them, don't do nothing. It's not like that. I think they get taken better care of half the time than some of the cowboys take themselves.
I bet they do.
Well, it's weird. Some of them you see on video and like they're scratching the odd one. Like it's not like they're insanely wild necessarily.
They're an athlete too. I think they know the situation, those bastards.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, especially the top end bulls that get to that point where they're at that. It's such a process to get them to that point, right? It starts when they're yearlings, when they wean them. Yearlings, they start with like a dummy trip. They call it a dummy, just a little weighted box they put on them and start that and going through the chute. And they're pretty wild to begin with. So there's a lot of work that goes into chute break and getting them quiet in the chute and to load and to leave the arena and stand and buck and teaching them how to, getting some trips on them so they learn how to buck. And yeah, it's a whole process before you get a rider on them, probably when they're coming 3 years old to when they're old enough, when they're 4 and 5 and they're old enough to see, that top end guys kind of thing and get to that level if they're good enough for that. Not all of them make it to that, of course, but there's different levels. There's amateur rodeos and the amateur bull ridings. There's different levels. It's no different than the guys. Not everybody, it's hockey's all the same. There's beer league for a reason.
Yeah. So you mentioned Calgary.
Hey, me too, right there.
But I was saying to Josh, well, he's got a rec game tomorrow night, so we have to do it Wednesday night.
Yeah, I got to do it Wednesday. Beer league tomorrow night in Maple Creek.
Do you play in Maple Creek?
Yeah, it started.
Okay.
Yeah,
well, I think we're
this year.
Donnie's working on that's kind of all we play now in Fox Valley. So I'm sure you'll get to score on me. It'll be great. It'll be just like practice when you used to light me up.
It's pretty good. There's like 3 teams, so we get I don't know, play like a couple games. I'm not around much here till probably January. I won't play
we
much.
Don't start till December, even with our rec, till like late December. All of us are like, we all coach our little kids and stuff, so we kind of wait till later, till everyone kind of can skate again, because half our guys are absolutely so out of shape. It's ridiculous. So until they start,
well, don't worry. It's everybody. I thought, pretty decent shape. Went and played yesterday. Go back and forth hard, or not yesterday, last week, go back and forth hard a couple times, and holy shit, I thought they're gonna have to pack me off the ice.
So now I've got my goalie equipment. I actually have a spot in my back just for an AED. It just hangs out with me all day long. Yeah.
Get a good helmet, nothing like the beer league warm up and 45 headshots to get you ready for the game.
You know what? And it still goes on. So we have a pretty big squad here in Fox Valley. It's kind of crazy. We got like 23 guys. So my brother Donnie is in charge of arranging it. Yeah. And they're all young. I'm the oldest guy. The very old.
That's
So-
And you got to play
Yeah.
net.
What's that?
And you got to play net.
Yeah, and I'm the goalie. So because Donnie refuses to play goal and rec. So it's all young guys, but man, literally I stand in net and this side. Jesus, come on, fuck guys, come on. What are you Jesus, man? And then we go into a game and they're like, oh man, we cannot hit the net. I'm like, well, if you practice hitting the net, we'd probably be just fine. But like everyone wires it up, just ducking and flinching.
Here's the deal, though. At your height, you're at most goalies' waist.
I know, but they still go over the net.
Yeah.
At the crossbar. They still need to get it around my ears.
Yeah. They're just a little too high.
Just a little, but son of Donnie's the only one. And because he's a goalie, he'll come up
understands.
and take he'll take like a hard wrister and I'll make the glove save or it'll go in or whatever. And he's like, oh, this is why I don't play rec hockey. He's like, so I was like, yeah, no shit, man. This is ridiculous. Yeah. So yeah, we'll meet up on the ice. It'll be good. Yeah, we played against Maple Creek 3 or 4 or 5 times last year. Donnie arranged it against all the teams. I think we did a 1-1 with every team.
Oh yeah.
And it's nice because there's no other teams left out our way. Burstall doesn't have enough people. Leader doesn't really have enough people. Richmond doesn't have enough people. So and we've got a pile of kids in Fox Valley, like a bunch of guys your age. It's unreal. Fox Valley's full of kids. But we got no one to play. So Donnie kind of connected with Maple Creek, and Leader did come up with a team. They like joined Mentam, Burstall, and like Scepter and created one team. Yeah.
Created one team. Oh, well, that's good. Yeah, it's good. It's good winter entertainment.
Good to get out. It just is, man.
Yeah.
It's terrible, but it's good.
So earlier on, you mentioned Calgary, and this year, the bull riding champion in Calgary. What did that mean to you? I know obviously financially it's awesome, but personally, like what did it mean to you?
Well, I think it's pretty safe to say every kid, every young rodeo, bull riding, Western sport person in Canada grows up wanting to win the Calgary Stampede. Like there's nothing bigger than the Calgary Stampede when it comes to stuff in Canada. Everybody watches it. Stuff. So yeah, it's something guy always dreamed of, always wanted to win. I've had a decent amount of luck there through the years, come close and never been able to get it done. So to finally get it done, it was pretty darn cool. That's something I'll never forget. And it's a pretty special one to me.
I want to pick your brain a little bit because Calgary switched. I think last year it was Pool A and B, and then there was Saturday where you could come back and it was a qualifier day if you didn't make the Sunday performance. And this year it was 3 pools, if I'm not mistaken. So what did you think of the change of that? Did you like having the Saturday that you could qualify yet, or do you like it the way they've changed it to with 3 pools?
Well, that's a good question. Actually, it's an interesting one. If it was me 3 or 4, 5 years ago when I wasn't rodeoing so hard in the States, so Calgary switched that so they could become PRCA approved, and then it counts to the World Stand. Calgary used to be just an open invitational rodeo, like top, and it was super cool at that time. Like in 2019, they took the best guys. It was really in the bull ride, and it was the only place ever all year long that the best guys from Canada, the best guys in the PRCA, and the best guys in the PBR in the world would be in one place. So all the big dogs were there, and that was really cool. But then when they changed it, went to this, it got to count towards the PRCA World Standings, which was really beneficial to me this year. They counted like 70% of it. I think I counted like 37,000 or something to the standings. So it made a huge difference. And then went to the 3 pools, which was, if I was just in Canada, wouldn't be the best in a way because, you'd get that extra shot and you had nowhere else to go. But rodeoing with a busy schedule in July in the States, it was nice to go to Calgary for your 3 days. You either did good or didn't do good, and you could plan the rest of your week or the next weekend accordingly, right? Not have to come back, try to get some from somewhere down in the United States back to Calgary for Saturday to hopefully do it, which everybody was going to do because for so much money, why wouldn't you? But now this way, I didn't mind it, and they had the rounds. They made it so the rounds paid more. Okay. There was more money in the rounds and stuff. So yeah, it was good. I actually quite liked the format, just like, taking the selfishness side out of it and thinking of the guys that are out there rodeoing and going hard and trying to make it. I think it's good. I think it's really good. And they had, like I said, more money in the rounds, and where else can you ride against 9 other guys for 7,500, in a round that pays 5 money. So first to fifth gets paid. 50% of the guys get paid. There's nowhere else in the world that does that 3 days in a row where you can hang out like that. And then if you do good, you get to come back Sunday and ride for a lot of money. So yeah, I think it's really good.
Okay, no, I wanted to get that from a competitor's standpoint, because as a fan, it really doesn't make difference. You just kind of wondering why they did that, and it's good to know that. So
yeah, Calgary's a cool place, because you'll see like say any finals you watch, say like Red Deer on Sunday, or the PBR finals on the last day, or even the NFR on the last day. Everybody rides, and some guys the week's been going good, some guys the week hasn't been going that good, and you get everybody. Whereas Calgary, you got all the hot guys coming in there on Sunday, all the guys that were riding good in their pools. So you get the 10 guys back in there, that there are 12 guys back in there that are at the, it's rolling, they're rolling. And I don't think you probably get a better performance in rodeo than you get on the Sunday, and the Sunday atmosphere you do at Calgary. With that, you got all the hot hands in there, and the guys, things are going their way and they're rolling, and it makes a pretty entertaining Sunday.
So on Sunday, when you're behind the chutes, can you feel the intensity from the fans, knowing that it's final Sunday today?
Oh yeah, this is cliche, but that place is the craziest atmosphere I've ever for an outdoor. It's huge. I don't know. Have you been to Calgary?
Yes, I have. Yeah.
Both have in there. It's the craziest. It's huge, big. Like the building in the areas, or like this grandstands in the area is huge. And when you're down there, that place on Sunday the atmosphere is unreal. It just
I've never been on a Sunday, but I wanted to.
Yeah, Showdown Sunday, it's pretty cool. Like it's just buzzing in there, and it's for a big outdoor space like that to have that kind of atmosphere, and the sound, the way it is, it's pretty neat. And yeah, it's there's nothing like when it's 30 degrees July on Sunday at Calgary. It's pretty neat.
I can tell by the smile on your face that it's got to be pretty awesome, because it looks like there's a lot of passion when you talk about the Sunday finals, and not everyone gets to talk about the Sunday finals.
That is
right?
special.
No.
That is so special, man.
It's cool. I've had 2 or 3 chances at her now, and yeah, it's something. And in everything, I love watching the other events in there too, like to get on the buck and shoots and watch all the other events. The bronc riding is usually unreal. Absolutely. The bronc riding right now. Yeah. The bronc riding in Canada right now is next level. Bronc riders that are unreal.
Lots of Canadian competitors going to the NFR, not just you. There's lots of Canadians headed south that did qualify. So
yeah, it's pretty cool. Rodeo's in a good place in Canada. There's some really good rodeo athletes in Canada. I think, like I said, our bronc riding is second to none. There's no better bronc riders in the world than there is in Canada right now. They're unreal. And then all the other events, calf roper, team ropers, steer wrestler, every little bit bareback rider. So yeah, we got a little bit of everyone and everything. And, that's pretty neat.
Yeah. And I mean, the ranch, the Western life, right in the Cypress Hills and surrounding areas. I mean, you guys live it every day. You're a cowboy every day, whether you're on a bull or you're on your horse doctoring a cow or whatever. So, I mean, that's as true as it can get.
Yeah, it's cool. It's something, I'm proud of. I'm pretty lucky that I get to live it every day like that. I'll never take that for granted, and it's something that I enjoy and I'm passionate about. So yeah, it's neat. It's always it's not lucky to have something to come home to.
Because man, we live in a wild world right now, and your world, when it comes to just like ranching and just the simple, and I call it the simple life, nothing simple about it, but it is, you and your animal and your stuff, man, that's special. I'm telling you, just with the way everything is going, and just everything, just being you and a horse and your cattle, and you and a bull, and just focusing on a thing. And I know you've got little people, another little person on the way, getting to raise them in that life. That is cool, man. That is so damn rare. Everything's turned into a commercial operation now. It's like little ranches don't exist, little farms don't exist. It's all being squashed. So relish in it. I hope you continue, man. I think it's the coolest damn thing. When you retire, you and me are gonna have beers. We're gonna do things, Jared. I'm pumped.
Sounds good to me.
Parker needs to hang out with you, man.
I'll need an excuse to leave home.
Yes, like he comes to Chuck's brandings and he does anything you ask him to. Like he lives for the Yarchenko branding. That is his favorite day of the year.
That's high risk with Chuck. He'll always have all kinds of good
man.
ideas.
Beyond high risk. And then he comes back and he learns swear words that I don't even know. And then my mom, being the pastor of a church, is absolutely just like, what did he just say? And you're just like, oh my God, Mom, I don't know what's going on. But no, I think
he rode in the wrong truck.
Oh man, like Chuck and Dylan and Lucas and Chuck. It's a horrible situation. Chuck, what are you doing to these children? But Chuck is probably also at the same time one of the best influences on these kids.
Oh, by far.
It's so cool. And the fact that, and that's why my son has this passion, is because he gets to hang out with the Yarchenkos. So he's been there since he's been 3 years old. He's been at every branding, hasn't missed one. And so because of that, I bring all my grills with me on my truck. I cook for all the brandings. Parker works. He rallies cows. He carries the knife, the nut pail, the everything. And he
just loves it.
That's
awesome.
So I told him, I said, I can't afford no ranch. I can't afford a quarter of land. I said, but you need to find a real pretty ranching girl. I said, and
there you go.
Be sweet. Just be a sweet old man and work your ass off. Then you're in.
Yeah, there you go. That's a solid plan.
Yeah.
Let's touch a little bit more because the NFR is a huge week ahead. I'm super pumped.
It's on TV everywhere, finally. PBR wasn't. It killed me. I had to pay money to watch PBR, and then I didn't even get all of it. I was like, son of a bitch. PBR also, Jared, you got it. I don't know who you could talk to, but that's one of the greatest shows on earth. PBR is unbelievable. The music, the DJs, Brinson, that is a great time. That needs to be more publicized. Holy shit. That is the best thing I've ever been to an arena and watched in my life. And I've been to football, hockey, everything. That is amazing.
Yeah, it's really grown here in Canada. Jace Davidson, the crew, the whole gang's done a good job of it. And it's everybody just thinks it's bull riding, but bull riding is just a part of it. It's good. It's directed to more of a younger crowd, I would say, in a lot of ways. And
sure,
it's awesome. It's a full show. I don't know. You get a rock concert, you get entertainment, and you get bull riding, you get it all in one.
It's a production.
It's a good product. Yeah, good production. It's a really good product.
But go on.
NFR next week, like I said, there'll be lots of people watching. When do you find out on night one who your draw is?
Usually the day before. So you find out every night the day before.
Okay.
They just do it the day ahead. Yeah. Yeah. So there's 100 bulls. 100 bulls get selected to the NFR, and of 20, and each pen of bulls bucks twice.
Okay. So there's an eliminator pen basically, and
pretty much sums it up. A rank pen, a pen that we call like the spinners, the nicer pen. And then there's a couple pens that fall in the middle of like the rank pen and the spinners and stuff like that. So yeah, I don't know if you call any of those ones down there spinners, but they all buck pretty hard.
So going into an event like that, do you set some goals? Like that is a big show. Do you got some personal goals that you set going into an event like that?
Yeah, I kind of got done that like all year. Kind of do that all year. My wife is she's good at that and good at that stuff, and has been good for me that way to get me onto that track, and it's been good. Yeah. Little sticky note on the bathroom mirror kind of thing like that, and go along. So and I know everybody says that, but it's a long year, so you kind of set some things. And when it comes down to the NFR, I kind of got some goals and some things, and just more or less just some things, just try to stay on track. And no, there's no secret. Last year I experienced it going bad, so it would be good to experience it going good. You never know what might happen. It's the end of the day, when things aren't going your way or you can't catch a break, well, it's hard to get things turned around and get one, but it's always good if there's only one thing you can do, and that's to learn and try to get better from it. And that's one of those, that's just sports is what it is.
And for people who don't know, but there's something about those yellow shoots, like there truly is. At the NFR, the yellow shoots.
It's a different
yellow bucking shoots.
You can't get bigger. It's just it's crazy. I love it because it's on television. I get to watch it. Like I watch it every year, and Trent's normally at all the events. My buddy from Eston, so he'll be texting me, he'll be like, "All right, man, get your ass home. It's on." The big stage. Yeah. He goes to everything. He buys tickets for every event. And so I'm excited to watch it.
I think there's a lot of people out there that watch it, especially with the Cowboy Channel. The Cowboy Channel's done a good job of making it so people can watch all this stuff. And there's a lot of cool places, but the NFR, I know there's not a lot of households and people sitting there, I think, everywhere in Western Canada or all over, that time of year.
The Cowboy Channel changed the game, really.
They totally
did when they got it.
Give her a 360. And that's why it's taken so much money to make the NFR now. It's been the biggest growth in rodeo ever, probably. It's made it like, and it's cool. Like you see some of the most professional productions or camera, and then you can get right on there on the app or whatever you have and watch a little podunk rodeo and or something. You can see it all. It's kind of there's good and bad points to that, but it's kind of neat at the end of the day. If the true rodeo fan, I know there's lots of work that doesn't get done, especially around here because of the Cowboy Channel. People are sitting, watching it. But yeah, it's neat. It's sure give it a big thing. And I think a lot of these rodeos have had bigger crowds than they've ever had because people sat at home and watched a place like Pendleton or Ellensburg or Cheyenne or, even Ponoka Stampede or one of those on TV and been like, damn, that's cool. And looked at their wife and want to go there next summer. And yeah, let's go there next summer. Booked a trip. It's been really good for rodeo.
NFR Calgary aside, do you have a favorite rodeo that for just some reason you absolutely love going to?
Up here, a cool one. Ponoka Stampede's pretty cool. It's probably one of my favorites. Armstrong, BC. It's neat up here. Really good, kind of the big fall fair kind of atmosphere and neat that way. And then in the States, I'm a big fan of the Northwest. I like the Northwest. Not a fan of the coast, but the areas off the Northwest. They're a lot like very similar people. It's all routed around ag and very all in that. And I think they have some of the coolest rodeos there is. Big crowds and the weather's great. And yeah, Ellensburg's cool. Pendleton's cool. A lot of those places are pretty neat. I think those are my favorite rodeos up in there. The winter rodeos in Texas are all right, but there's too many people sometimes down there for me. It's pretty busy. It's not nice in the Northwest when you get 20 minutes out of those cities. You can drive on the interstate like it's the number one between Maple Creek and Calgary.
Yeah.
Use the whole road.
I'm telling you, living out here and you go down there and you drive, I travel down for barbecue quite a bit. And I'm like, I get in traffic and I'm like, what guys, this is stupid. Why do you live here? What the hell? This is ridiculous. Like, and I'll send a picture. This is the busiest highway in Canada. And it's me going from Maple Creek Junction to Swift Current. I'll pass 14 vehicles. Like, holy shit. I'm like, yeah, this is how life should be. Yeah.
Yeah. No kidding. Where do you go down all kinds of places or just?
Yeah. Like I end up in Salt Lake City a bit. That's where Traeger is located. And then they do events in Vegas, Texas, New Orleans, Atlanta, and down in Florida. Yeah.
And those are busy places. Yeah.
Yeah. I've never been to Kansas City yet. That's a big barbecue town. And so is Memphis, Tennessee, another big barbecue. But I was told, get out of Memphis as fast as you can because you are going to get robbed. It is every year, my buddy that goes down with this huge barbecue trailer, it gets broke into every single year at Memphis in May.
Really?
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
I've never been over there.
Don't go over there. That is.
Well, I'm not planning on it.
Yeah, no, they don't do rodeos. They do break and enters. They
do break and enters.
Yeah.
No, I'm not tough enough for those places.
Yeah, right. You're not tough enough. You're not dumb enough to go there. That's the problem.
Yeah. No, that's it's busy. Yeah, there's some big. It's a big eye opener. It's pretty cool. Like Houston, you go to Houston. Houston rodeo is based around. It goes, all winter for 20 days there, and it's all the rodeo and then a concert. Your tickets all in one. And like the concerts are huge headliners. Usually the Sundays, George Strait, like the Last Perf, stuff like all the big ones. We watched Chris Stapleton last year.
Oh, he must have been amazing.
Seen Pitbull. Yeah, he was good. I'm not too big of a concert guy. You catch all of them, but there's all the big names. I couldn't even name them off. But anyways,
Chris Stapleton. When you said that, I mean, that guy's.
Yeah, he was good. He was really good. We did watch that one. He was good. So, but it's like the rodeo ticket and your concert ticket's one ticket. So the rodeo is only 8 guys. They do it in like an hour and a half, hour and 45. And the people start at the start of the rodeo, the bareback ride, and there's not a lot. Like that NRG holds, I don't know, 75,000 people or however many. It's probably something like that. A big football.
shit.
But the time they get to the barrel race and the bull ride, she's pretty much full. So it's pretty loud in there. It's cool. That many people in a big stadium like that. Wow. It's neat. But yeah, and then they pull a big stage out there in between the rodeo. After the rodeo, they have a few things go on, some giveaways and whatnot. And they pull a big stage out there in the middle, and away they go and crack into the concert.
That's crazy. And that's in Houston, you said?
Yeah, it's in Houston. Yeah. Yeah, Houston.
Wow. We got to go there.
Yeah, we got to go.
It's pretty cool. It is cool. Yeah. It's a lot of people.
A question that comes to mind, you're in the pros, you're successful, you're making your way. What advice would you give to a young gentleman aspiring to get to your level?
Yeah, I think the big thing is stay focused. You got to work hard. It's going to take some time. It's not going to happen overnight. It's, you don't see many guys. You got to put in your time and work hard at it and stay focused. And I think nowadays there's a lot more resources out there. It's become more of a professional sport, to say. The old days of the guys going to beer gardens, getting drunk every night and carrying on, those are gone. It doesn't work that way anymore. Yeah, go back to the Bulls. The Bulls buck too damn hard to do that.
That's the only thing I'd be good at.
Yeah. It's easier said, can't do that. But I think, the opportunities out there for a young guy, there's more money in it now than there's ever been. There's a chance to make a good living. And if it's something you're passionate about, stay focused, set some goals, work hard, and the sky's the limit. And don't let the peaks get too high and the valleys get too low, and just keep at her.
Yeah. You got any questions?
No, man. This has been great. I learned so much. Like I'm telling you, man, from the point that I met you back when, Travis Seifert was on this side of me and you were over here and you're sitting there, Fisher and everybody, and me going like, what the fuck do you mean he's leaving to go to a rodeo? Like, are you serious?
Who is this guy?
It's all I got left is Garrett Stocky, and he was drunk last night. I'm like, he's no good. He's not going to be no good tomorrow. And Jared's gone.
He's better that way.
Oh my God, Jared! I remember going to games and be like, Jared's gone. Stocky was hammered with me last night. This is going to be a horrible night. Yeah, and the Hunter brothers would light me up for 14.
Yeah, the Hunter brothers. That's why I wasn't there. I stayed away when they played.
So I got one last question. You can call them bullfighters. You can call them cowboy protectors. What kind of respect do you have for those guys and the job they do for you guys on the Bulls?
Oh yeah, that's a good one. I don't, there isn't even words for it. And once you understand it more, what they do to give us an opportunity to get away, and it's the little things, they're so good at their jobs that most people don't even notice what they do to give us that second chance to get away. Without them, I wouldn't be riding bulls anymore. I can tell you that much for free. It would have lasted a lot less. It's a thing that it's quite an art, and it's pretty cool, and they're pretty special athletes, to lay, put their life on the line, or put their limbs on the line, or whatever it is for us like that. And that kind of athletic ability and do all that. It's huge. It's a big part of what we do. And without them, I wouldn't have been on 135 bulls this year. Put it that way. You wouldn't have went. They give us that chance to get away and get us out of those wrecks. Sometimes a guy can't help but get into a wreck. Don't want to and get it out. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool what they can do and what they can do with them bulls. And
I can't imagine the mindset they got to be in, watching a guy in trouble and not even thinking, they are just acting.
Yeah. Going in there and you're about to take one. It's you're taking it no matter you like it or not.
He said bull riders, at the start, he's like a little crazy. I'm like, no, those guys are squirrely as shit. Those guys, I mean, I watched them at the PBR in the hat, and the one guy got tossed 8 feet in the air, and I was like, Jesus, he's not even one of the riders. He did that to save one of those guys. This guy's lost his damn marbles. I was like, what the hell? He had Jordans on. I was like, shit, yeah, that guy, holy shit, what the hell is he doing? But and they every ride, after the ride, they go and they're fist pumping, and the bull riders, you hop off and you're it's all thank you so much, man. And I'm like,
yeah, it's
okay, maybe I want Parker to get involved in this. I don't know, I love it. It's like a family. I also don't want him to die, but it's this is something I can get behind as a dad. I just think it's the coolest shit ever. It's I love it. I mean, coming from Fox Valley and my last name, and I'm really prideful. I'm like, I like tough. I really like guys that nothing comes easy, that they got to work their balls off to get there. And then guys that are like, yeah, man, it is what it is. This is my job. I go to, I wake up, this is what I do. It's my passion is what I do. And I'm like, you wouldn't do that. Be a bull rider, be a bullfighter, or whatever they're not clowns.
They got all kinds of
whatever you'd call them.
Lunatics.
Yeah. You loved
sometimes.
And had passion. And I think that's the coolest thing about being a bull rider, because it's not something that anybody can do. Because oh my God, I've never seen the meme of a guy walking around with a wheelbarrow with his nuts in it, because that's pretty much what I think of a bull rider. Like,
I gotta ask you, have you ever worn a GoPro on a ride yet, Jared?
Never have. No, never have. I've seen them. I've never been the guy that's been tested on that.
The guinea pig
on their chest, wear it on their chest and stuff. Sometimes like the PBRs had us do that for like, I don't know, videos or films they want to do, but I managed to avoid that. Stay away.
I'm just wondering, like, to take the fan right into there, like,
Jesus.
Never have. I've been mic'd up. A handful of times, so you got to be careful what you say a little bit.
Yeah. Oh, I bet that. Holy fuck! What the Jesus?
Yeah.
And what kind of rope? What kind of rope do you use? Because there's two styles of bull rope. Which one are you using?
I use a Brazilian rope. Yeah. I use a Brazilian. They come straight from Brazil. They do. There's a lot of, I can get way in depth about that, but there's a lot of aspects about it that I think are beneficial and that have the style of rope and the riding style has really suited my style of riding and things. And then there's other things. It's a little more forgiving on a guy's wrist and hand and stuff. And there's certain aspects to it, like I said, way more in depth than Go, but it's things that I felt have benefited me and benefit my style. And I've used one since 2017, I believe.
Okay.
And would never go back. Would never go back to the American style.
What made you change in 2017?
Well, a guy had one sitting there, a buddy had one, and everybody was switching to him. And I was like, shit, I'll try this thing out. Tried her out and felt pretty good. And then I tried it a few more, and I think I was riding everything with it. And I was like, well, I guess it works. We'll stick with it. It was working.
Brazilian
guy seemed to like it. Yeah, it was a little bit of an adjustment because your hand's a little farther off their back and stuff like that. It was a little weird, but I thought it felt pretty good and liked it. And I had a little trouble with my wrist and hand at that time, and that didn't seem to put near the pressure on it at that time. And I was like, well, we're in her now. I'm going to stick with it. And I can't say as I'd ever go back.
I love the view that sometimes you get at the NFR where they go back into the locker room and the bull riders are getting their bull ropes ready. And that's such a great view. You have no idea when you're just a fan and you're not in the industry, what actually goes on in the prep work just to get your bull rope ready, for Pete's sakes.
Oh yeah. There's, it's like I said, it's no different than hockey. You got everything where like I wear 2 knee braces, tape my wrist, everything else. Like that just comes with getting old, though.
Yeah, you're like a football player. You got the big ankle tape and all that stuff.
So sit there sometimes and get ready and like, Jesus Christ, I never used to have to use all this shit. And then
guy looks like a robot.
Complain. Complain about how heavy your bag is, and it's like, well, I never used to pack all this garbage around.
And now, another thing that comes to mind, the medical care at the NFR when you guys are there.
Got to be top dog.
How do they must treat you guys like gold when you're there?
Oh, yeah. That's a good one. Got to give old Fox Valley boy a plug on that. John Reinbold. There on the Canadian Pro Rodeo Sports Med, John Reinbold. And then from, Consul, Brandon Tomey. Randy Wagner's nephew. They started the Canadian Pro Rodeo Sports Med. Yep. That's, we're lucky. It's become a big thing. It was down there, but we have access. The sports med's pretty much it. Majority of the rodeos are at all the PBRs. There's therapists, massage, chiro, access to doctors, surgeons, all that stuff. And in the States, it's the same thing. It's a little quicker in the States because, the medical system's different down there. Yeah. But we get access to it pretty fast up here, and the training and the therapy and all that stuff. It's top notch. Yeah. To say the least, it's care that even 6-8 years ago was never seen. Even when I, showed up, it wasn't quite to the level it is now, especially 10, 12 years ago. It's come a long ways. We have access to pretty much everything you need. So it's pretty cool. And yeah, it makes a big difference.
You got your own caretaker with you sometimes besides yet.
Yeah, I got a beg and plead for a massage because he's usually working. I don't have energy to do that. Yeah,
you got
no, I'm pretty spoiled.
That's what I charge, eh?
Yeah, do that. Yeah, do that. I can talk. Yeah, I get every now and then if I complain enough. Yeah,
that's great. That's super. Top notch event, top notch care, top notch cowboy.
Yeah,
just top notch is all I can say.
Yeah, well, it's come a long ways. The sport's done a lot of evolving, I would say, especially in the last 10, 15 years, which is good. It's good to see guys making a real living at it and making good money. And, the top end guys, the stars, they make, in the States, they're making big money. And guys in Canada, you look at, say Zeke Thurston, 3-time world champ and stuff. It's, you'd have to, it's pretty special that everybody's made it, making that, and it's getting more and more like professional athletes all the time. So yeah, it's good. And I think it's exciting for the younger generation. The events have become quite specialized, but if you want to keep evolving, that's what it's got to do.
Yeah. And it's a full-time job too. Like it's not part-time to get to qualify even. Like you talked about how many rodeos you've gone to, and you have to go to lots of rodeos because there's lots of money being earned by, all the contestants. So you need that money.
Yeah, they're not. Nobody's waiting on you, so you might got to get at her.
Well, we really appreciate you taking the time out to come on the podcast tonight.
Yeah, thanks for having me. It was fun. I'm glad it took 2 or 3 weeks, but glad it worked out.
Yeah, it's been a blast, and we're super excited to watch you next week for 10 days. Wish you nothing but the best. And,
honestly,
thanks.
100%.
Thanks.
100%. Might even shoot you the odd text here and there.
Yeah, fire away.
Parker has asked me all the dates that you ride, like all these details. He researches bulls, man, like everything. And I'm just like, dude, what is wrong with you? Like, I'm an insurance broker. For God's sakes, I'm the furthest thing from a bull run.
That's maybe a good thing.
Risk.
He might need an insurance broker.
Yeah, I got your back. Yeah. I'll fight Kale for you. Yeah.
Yeah.
But when you're all done and you got some time off, let me know, Jared. And I'm not kidding when I say this. I would love to come out and cook for you and the wife. I know you got a new little person on the way. We'll come out to the ranch just for Parker to see you, man. I'll feed you some prime rib, whatever you want. And
don't got it.
Because
just come visit. It's that's the part after. That's the part after bull riding I'm looking forward to. Yeah, having a little time because I don't get much time right at the moment yet.
So when you get there, remember me and we'll come up and because Parker will pick your brain till you're so annoyed. And then I'll fill your belly with some prime rib.
Well, before you know it, I'll get him. He'll be steer riding, and then you will be in trouble.
If you're willing to coach, I'm in.
I'll coach. Yeah.
Right.
I'll coach.
Right.
I don't know if it's good coaching.
But this is live, so
I don't know if it's good.
Is that something you might want to do down the road after you kind of retire to kind of stay involved with it a little bit?
Maybe I've kicked around. I've done a couple schools or helped out or did a little school. At Doug Wilson's there. I think it's like 3 years ago for some kids, and then helped out with a few. Yeah, it's something maybe kick around, especially that's not something I'm really interested in traveling around for, but Tyler Martins and Clint Moorhead did a school this summer at the rodeo grounds in Maple Creek, and they had lots of kids, which is pretty cool. And that's good to see. And, it's good to have guys doing that. And yeah, if guys wanted help or wanted part of it, I would be more than glad when it slows down. Just way to stay involved, enjoy it, and good way to get visit with people in it. And it's good to have these young kids. It's easier to be successful if you get started right, and it's a lot less crashing and burning. So yeah, for sure, if there's kids interested, I think I'll be more than interested in helping out.
And what better guy to run a clinic
Yeah,
than
I
Jared Parsonage.
I don't know. I don't know.
Man, you saved my bacon many a times in the goal. So I mean, if you can help us out, I mean, I think we got something going here.
Yeah.
But anyways, we've probably taken enough of your time. Like I said,
No.
thank you very much for coming on, and wishing you nothing but the best next week. And man, I hope
we're rooting for you.
Yeah,
dude.
we'll be rooting for you.
Thanks.
I hope you get that big check coming home with you.
Yeah, the happy
me too.
Gilmore.
Yeah, me too. Appreciate it. I might have to stay a day in Vegas and spend some of it.
That's the day I was talking about at the start of the event here, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And look at the extra money, American funds, when he comes across the border, like, wow.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
even Noah
Banker
Banker.
to shove it.
Yeah. Yeah, seriously.
Okay. Anyways,
Yeah,
thank you very much. Good luck in
thanks,
Vegas.
guys.
We'll be watching.
Yeah.
Hey, thanks for having me.
You
Thanks,
bet. Take care, Jared.
Take care, buddy.
Yep. Bye now.
What a great guy. What a great bull rider. What a great
That was awesome.
local
boy. Your son plays hockey in Maple Creek.
Yeah.
My son plays hockey in Maple Creek. I grew up playing hockey with Jared.
True gentleman too.
Yeah, he's a good kid. He's respectful. He's humble.
Yeah.
The dude.
You won't find a nicer guy. You have to travel many, many miles. And
I even remember his parents being that way.
Yeah.
He was raised that way.
Yeah. And I know there'll be a whole pile of them going down to Vegas to rip Jared on.
I wish I could. If I didn't have anything going on and all the money in the world, are you kidding me? After this, I'd be booking my tickets right now.
I know. I'm looking so forward to it. That's my favorite 10 days of TV in the entire year. In
No
November.
way.
Oh yeah. It's PVR'd.
Awesome.
I don't miss a show.
This year I'll be tuning in fully.
And the great thing on the Cowboy Channel is it starts at like noon or 1 o'clock.
Goes all day.
All day, and they're talking that they pump it up, and
I finally have it now that I got good TV.
Yeah.
I love it. Parker is obsessed with the Cowboy Channel.
The NFR is a great event, and I hope to get there one day to watch.
Me too.
I think it'd be a great thing to take in. So.
Kidding me? Absolutely.
You betcha.
Best of the best.
Yes. Anyways, I think that's probably it for tonight, but special thanks to Jared for joining us.
Thank you, Jared.
Special thanks to all the fans who watched and listened. Please like and subscribe on YouTube. We're going to keep the interviews coming. We got some excellent guys coming down the pipe, and stay tuned.
Tyson's on it. I'm not that guy. I'm just showing.
I got some pretty crazy guys, pretty crazy names going to be coming at you in the near future, and we're going to try and do probably 1 or 2 a month if we could squeeze it in. Join our morning show daily, and we'll talk the day's sports. And do not forget, Sunday or Friday is Sports Select Pick Day. We're
going to win this week. This is our week.
We are over 2, and I don't know. There's some tough games to pick, man.
You know what? Fuck it. I say we just roll with it. Last week we kind of were like really specific. This week we just go with it.
Okay.
I say we pick one game. Tyson, pick it.
Yeah.
Second game. Okay, I pick it.
Okay. I've been strategizing a little bit. I'm not going to look at the numbers. I'm going to look at who I think wins, and actually Detroit really shafted us last week.
Oh, the Lions hurt us hard.
Bad, but so did the Buccaneers, and so did the Broncos, and there's so many.
We sucked last week.
We did. We're over 2.
But this is our week.
This is our week. It's got to be coming. I could feel it. Just like the next 10 days is going to be Jared's.
That's right. Go, Jared.
Could he be the first Canadian to cover all 10 bulls? Wouldn't that be awesome?
Could you imagine?
It has been done.
Yeah, but I think Parker's little heart would blow out of his chest.
Oh, the pride of Maple Creek, Saskatchewan. Ride all 10.
Yeah,
wouldn't that be something?
Be crazy. Go do it, brother.
Yeah. Wishing you all the best.
Yeah, me too.
Thanks for